You didn't come in till like 3 a.m.
I'm just being honest with you.
God dang it. You were skewing the story.
You really want to go?
You're such a dick, dude. I'm like over here steaming. My armpits are sweating. You were smoking cigars, drinking booze down in the casino.
You're drunk.
That is not true.
Yeah,
I am not drunk. I'm in this chair making eye contact with everybody that walked by as I'm getting rubbed down, and then I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I was thinking me and him were going to get in trouble together at CES, but we didn't.
Welcome to the Wife Approves podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm Caroline.
Let's go.
I know how I want to start it.
How you want to start this off?
You owe me $100.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay.
$100. I had 2 minutes to spare. Ass was in the chair. He bet me that, first of all, woke me up on my day off and then made me get up and then said that 2 hours is not enough time for me to get ready. He bets me $100 I would not be ready to film at the time we film. And I said, yes, I will. And he says,
doubt it.
I bet you $100. And he walks out the room. And as he walks out, he adds all these stipulations. Ready to film. Ass in the chair.
Ass in the chair, ready to go.
Yeah. And he bet me $100. And I was up here with 2 minutes to spare. Not only did I get ready.
1 minute to spare, according to my watch.
I went to get coffee. I let the dogs out. I fed the dogs. I talked on the phone to Mariko. I did an everything shower. Do you know what that is?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Girls know what it is.
Yeah.
I did an everything shower. I dried my hair. I did
that's
everything.
why I was like, you need to get your ass on up, because it was like 9:30 in the morning. You was still sleeping like you just fell asleep, and everything it's a process with all those things you just went off. I knew you were going to have to do in the morning. You got to get not just go to the kitchen to get coffee. You got to leave the house to go get your Starbucks.
Okay.
And, call your friend and all the things with the dogs. And I'm like, good Lord, I'm going to be sitting. And meanwhile, I'm messing around in here for hours trying to get the camera right. So like we're changing things up. So if you guys watch the video versions of this, maybe that'll be part of the fun, interesting part, because I've got some plans to change some things up. We still just have one camera, but I got another camera coming soon. Put some slat walls up here, but we're going to be changing some things. So just kind of stay tuned and watch the progression of this. Hopefully get better visually and just all around better. But we've been gone for a little while. Are you glad to be back doing this? It's been, like 3 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks? Has it been that long?
It hasn't been, it's almost 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so we took a little time off. I don't know if we're going to call this like season 2, if we're going to separate it like that, but it kind of feels like season 2.
It's a new year.
It's a new year. Yeah, new year. First episode of 2026.
I think we were planning to film one more, and then I got really, really sick.
Yeah.
And it was just not possible. I was that sick. I think it took me like 4 weeks to recover.
Yeah.
Right before, I think I finally got better right before CES, really.
Yeah.
So
we escaped CES without getting sick.
I'm scared, knock on wood. I don't want to even say it because I'm like, watch, I'll like, as soon as we start filming, I'll get like a little tickle. That's how it starts.
I'm so happy about that, honestly. For those that don't know, the CES is the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. It's every January. It feels like it's just getting earlier and earlier.
I don't like it either.
It's always like the first like couple weeks, maybe first 2 weeks, but I don't know if it's just in my head, but I know this year we left
on the 2nd,
literally the day after New Year's.
Last year was the 3rd.
Day. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe it's just the way the days fall. I think it usually falls between like Tuesday to Friday. I guess the first week in January is the way they do it. So it just depends on how the days fall. And that's why I was just talking to somebody about New Year's Eve. I was like asking him what he did for New Year's Eve and everything, and asked me what I did. And I was like, I didn't do anything.
Well, because we were afraid to go around anyone. That's the thing that sucks.
That's not why I didn't do anything.
That's why I didn't.
I didn't do anything because literally I had another video that I was trying to prepare and get ready that was kind of like I wasn't necessarily planning on doing it before we left. And then the way it worked out, I was like, okay, I got to get this video out because it's a good video that I wanted to get done. And I got the product a little sooner than I thought. Anyways, so because of all that and just work stuff, I didn't even literally think about the CES trip much until like New Year's Day, really, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it was New Year's Eve. I was packing on New Year's Eve while everybody else was like going out and stuff, and I just was like, I just don't really. My social, what do you call it? Like my social battery, yeah, was pretty much drained through all the holidays, anyways. So I didn't mind just staying home on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's fun every now and then to do stuff with like a group of friends if everybody's well. But that was my thing. It was like I had been sick so many times. I was sick for so long. It was definitely the flu, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have body aches. I don't think I had a fever. So it was either like a super strain of the vid or it was the flu. And I'm pretty sure it was the flu because, you know, like Kobe got the flu.
A lot of people have been having it too.
A lot of people have had it. I don't know. My brain just went to whatever. Oh, that is why. Sorry, you're going to edit that.
Don't be giving me a bunch of edits. I'm leaving it all in.
Shut up.
I don't have time.
My brain. I'm so old. I just like totally forgot what I was saying. But that is why I was like, I'm not going around anybody.
Oh.
Because I wanted to make it through the show. You know, last year we got sick when we got home. The year before that, I got sick there, and that was horrible. I started feeling bad Wednesday night.
Yeah.
No, Thursday night I started feeling bad. We were flying home Friday. You made us miss our flight. And then I was so sick, and we got crammed basically like on the next flight in the middle row in between people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was so sick. And so I didn't want that to happen. So I was totally fine avoiding people on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. So anyways, I talk about being happy after, you know, not getting sick because literally the last 2 years, not just one of us, but both of us got very sick after CES. And it's so common that people get sick after CES. They actually call it the CES flu. That's like a thing. And I know a whole bunch of people this year that got sick again. I mean, every year people get sick at this shit, like everybody, because there's just so many people at this show. It is insane.
There
how
was
many
more
people
this year.
I think, well, yeah, I think ever since, you know, the whole COVID years, it went down to like, I think it might have even been like all virtual one year, 2 years. 1 year they like required the vaccine passport or whatever, all that. But anyways, ever since then, ever since they got through that, it's just been like more and more people going back to it, I think. And
I know why there was more people. I couldn't figure it out. Do you remember me walking through the casino and I was like, why are there so many people here?
why?
Like, I cannot figure it out. I was like, there are so many more people here. Like, it was almost annoying. Like, you know, it's always busy. It's the Venetian, it's Vegas. Like, it's crowded. It's CES. But we get there a couple days early. It was so, I just felt like there were so many people. Like, everybody was in my way. No, it was Backstreet Boys being at the Sphere. Oh. And so I was like, why are these people wearing white? And then I saw their shirts, and there was like a whole Backstreet Boys experience, I think, in the Venetian. Yeah. And, you know, everywhere you looked, it was like chicks in all white. Because, like, I guess that's the theme. They tell you to wear all white at these concerts in the Sphere. And so then you see, like, dudes also wearing all white. So, like, the whole trip, me, Amy, and Teresa were like, I was like, I can't remember what they said because I've been drinking. But I was like, Shane would never. I was like, he would wear, like, a white shirt or something. But some of these dudes were in, like, white jeans. Like, they went all out for their girl, which is, I think, actually very sweet. But every time I saw him, we would sing a Backstreet Boys song, and that might have been one of the highlights of my trip. Is just every time me and the girls saw, you know, a group of
there was a lot of them.
Boys.
I would do it. I mean, if it's something that I was into, like I do not want to go to a Backstreet Boys concert.
We could have,
but I know we could have. So we did go to the Sphere, which was, I mean, that was pretty cool. But our options were the Wizard of Oz experience or whatever at the Sphere, or Backstreet Boys concert. So yeah, I'd probably rather watch paint dry than watch the Backstreet Boys in concert. No offense to the Backstreet Boys or any of their fans out there, but the Wizard of Oz, the Sphere itself was just really cool. When we went there, I was thinking how it would be awesome to see a concert there. You know, somebody you really want to see.
I don't think so.
No, you think the movie?
I think the show is the way to go. Like, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been, obviously, so I don't want to, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I say that is because of how steep it was, and there was zero leg room. I was so uncomfortable. And then to think, and I'm short. I have short legs. I mean, I've got long torso, short legs. And I knew, like, if I couldn't even cross my legs. And then I'm thinking, you know, most people stand for the concert and it's so steep and there's like this much room for you to walk in front of the seat. All I could think about is being at a concert and having a beer or two and having to pee and having to walk up and down those steep stairs.
Yeah.
I mean,
you wouldn't want to have to pee a lot.
No. So I don't know. Maybe the shows are short, kind of like the.
Or here's a crazy thought: just don't drink at the concert.
Well, I have to pee all the time anyway, you know. So for me, it was very scary. Like, it was steep.
Yeah, it was steep. I guess
so
you're right.
I don't know if I'd want to see a concert. I guess you're right.
I mean, it would have to be somebody, you know. I guess it would be better if it's somebody who does just really cool visual stuff with their concerts, anyways. Because I mean, there, like, even for the Wizard of Oz, there was fire shooting out, like actual fire shooting out down below, stuff falling out of the ceilings,
like,
wind
maybe
blowing,
if you were
seats vibrating.
Yeah, maybe if you were on the floor surrounding the stage, that would be probably a crazy experience, and because you're not standing on the thing.
Because they open that whole area up.
But I wonder, like, if they throw stuff at you, like the apples falling. You know,
so
for a concert. Like, do they throw T-shirts at your face, so those T-shirts fall out of the sky and hit you in the face?
I don't know. Well, if anybody has been to a concert at the Sphere, let us know what the experience was like.
I mean, obviously, they put graphics up. I'm sure they have, like, fire, but I'm like, is you know, tornado leaves falling?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
Apples, are foam apples hitting you in the face?
Because that all happened with the Wizard of Oz, which was pretty cool, though. I mean, I wasn't really expecting all that. And I think the first time the seats vibrated,
it scared me.
Yeah. I jumped.
Yeah, I was very worried. So I just want to say this. If anyone suffers from, like, motion sickness, I was a little worried that I was going to get sick in there. Mm-hmm. I did some research on what the best section was to sit in. I would recommend that. I didn't pick the.
But you were fine, right?
Yeah, I didn't pick the most expensive, but I did the next best. And I took sunglasses and I took gum, and I told everybody we went with. I was like, if I get up and leave and don't come back, I'm fine. Don't ruin your experience. I'm just motion sick. But I did good. The thing that messes with you is the screen goes all the way. It surrounds you. And so we were watching Wizard of Oz. There's a tornado. And everything's spinning.
Oh, yeah, that was intense.
So I had to kind of, like, close my eyes or, like, look down at the floor when that was going on, when everything was just spinning all around. But other than that, like, I was fine. I didn't take any Dramamine.
Oh, you didn't?
No, just because I didn't want to be sleepy, so I just chewed gum.
There was one or two times I even had to do that and look down at the floor just to, like, kind of get a grasp on.
I'm nauseous just thinking about it, and I'm not there.
But it was fun. That was a fun experience, and this was your third CES? Yeah, your third CES, right? Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, because I got COVID, I got the flu, and then nothing this year.
And yeah, you've been sick every time you've went. And the only time I didn't get sick until this year. My first year, I always just attributed it to beginner's luck. And my first year I went, I didn't get sick. And then the 2 following years, basically every time you've gone with me, I've gotten sick.
Yeah, so it's my fault, basically.
One year you did for sure get me sick. That first year you went, because you got sick there. It was like the last day. Yeah,
you didn't come home. You didn't come in till like 3 a.m. I went up to the room with ice cream by myself, packed my bag, sick, nostrils running, made sure that I was ready because we had like a really early flight, and you were smoking cigars and drinking booze down in the casino. Came in late, didn't pack, and thought you were gonna get up. And we had to like leave the hotel by like 8 a.m. And they were calling our name through the airport. I was sick. We were running. I'd taken all my anxiety meds, my nausea meds. We get to the gate. It had only been like a minute. The gate was closed for like a minute. We missed it because you.
I know.
So I don't even know that I got you sick because we maybe laid in bed next to each other that night for a couple hours. We were separated on the plane.
No, you for sure got me sick because I didn't get sick till like a day or two after we got back home. So
Oh.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure you got me sick. But yeah, that was my bad. So this year though, I made sure we got up early. Our flight was later though this year to leave. So I think we did pack everything the morning of, but I made sure like I wasn't gonna let that happen again. And then so that was your first year that we were late. It was like the whole Home Alone thing. We're literally running through the airport. I could hear them calling. We got there like
It was a minute.
Right after they shut the doors. And
I was like, please.
They're like, we can't reopen the door. You were so pissed off.
Dude, I was drugged. And so I just remember I was sitting, I'm not a good flyer. And I was sitting at there was like tables in front of Starbucks. I remember after they like told us, good luck, we'll try to fit you in where we can on the next couple flights. I was so mad at you. And I remember like sitting across from you at a table, but I was drugged. So it was like, boom.
I went and sat at a whole other table.
I know, but you left me eventually. But I fell asleep on that table, like hands on the table, head on hands. And I was out because I had to, I have to take medicine to fly. So by the time we got on the next flight, my drugs had worn off. So that was interesting for sure.
You were all passed out. But I said, you were pissed, so I went and sat at another table, and where I could still keep an eye on you because you were out. You were just passed out.
Someone could have kidnapped me for sure.
Airport, and I just broke out.
I wonder what people thought. I guess that might be normal for the Vegas airport.
I don't know, probably. I was like, fuck it, I'll be all right. I just opened up my computer, I started editing. I was like, whatever.
I also
I'll make the
was
most
so
of it.
sick. Like I felt so bad. I think that's why I was more mad than anything. Is like I just wanted to be home.
Yeah.
And you made us miss our flight. You know what's crazy though? Do you remember last year we like almost didn't make it out of Vegas? Our flight kept getting canceled or delayed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because there was a weird ass ice storm. You remember snow, ice, whatever, right? So our flight kept getting delayed. We finally, I think, caught the last flight out of Vegas at like 5 p.m. We didn't land, I don't think, or we didn't even get into Atlanta until like noon or midnight. So maybe it was like a little bit later, but then we had to wait in like a 3-hour line for our rental car because our flight from Atlanta to Columbia got canceled, for this crazy ice storm, right?
It's a nightmare. Y'all,
it was 19 degrees here last night. It's going to be 19 degrees here tonight, today when we're filming Friday. And we're supposed to get snow on Monday. And it's kind of weird. Shit. It's like the same week-ish every year. We have like some kind of ice or snow event. Like, have you thought about that?
Well, don't tell. You can't say that because we've been trying to talk some of our friends from California and other places that come down to South Carolina, and we're like, oh yeah, it never gets cold.
Well, yeah, but it's like once a year. Yeah, like after this, it's gonna be like 70s.
It'll be for cold for about a week, and then probably next week it'll be 65, 70 degrees.
I don't even have.
I was wearing shorts yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Like outside. I think about it, and I see all these like cute jackets. And I rarely buy jackets because like I don't need them. It's so bad to where like maybe if I do need it, I still won't wear it because I'm not used to carrying it around. But like I don't have any jackets. I do now because I bought a fur coat for Vegas, so now I'm good. But
did you wear it out there? Was that the red one you're talking about?
A red coat. I wore a red coat.
You did in Vegas.
A coat, or was it a red dress?
I know you wore a red dress, but you have a red coat too.
Oh, okay,
that you wore.
You're right. It's not a coat. That's a
pay attention.
Oh, God, you had me tripping. No, the black. I wore it with my red dress.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember the red dress.
But there were so many sick people, y'all. I don't know. I think, again, the only reason I think we survived is because I was sick before. There were I don't know if y'all follow us on Instagram, but I had a mask. I don't believe in masks. Okay? I think it's stupid. But it is
you
something.
Sure did on that airplane.
I know I did. I wore a mask on the airplane. I'm like, you know what? At least it's like a tissue paper covering my nose. I wore sunglasses so no projectiles could get in my eyes. And then I pretty much covered my nose and mouth on top of the mask with my shirt. There were so many people wet sneezing, and not like achoo, like wet sneezing and coughing on the plane. At CES, I think at one of the pre-show events, I'm pretty sure my hair was wet from this dude that just sprayed me.
Yeah, I mean, you get, you're a bit dramatic about it. You did look like a psycho on that plane. Literally,
I don't care.
Had your sunglasses on, a mask on, and then your damn sweatshirt up over your mouth. And if somebody sneezed, 5 rows back, you're like freaking out. But at that point, I get it. But at that point, I'm like, shit,
I wanted to make it through the show.
I understand totally. I wanted to make it through the show too. I just, at this point, after the last 2 years, I've just pretty much assumed I'm going to get sick out there.
Like I had a vendor just look at me and go, and was like 2 foot from me. And I mean, it's like one of those Matrix things, or is that the Matrix where they go like this? Like that's what I wanted to do, but I can't do that. I break my back. It's just like I'm looking at people like, what is wrong with you?
Well, there's different
differences.
cultures, and there's people literally from all over the world out there too, which is also why just people get sick, because people from everywhere come together, and it was just so many people.
It's like Mission
But
Impossible.
it was a good time though. I mean, it was a lot of fun. How do you feel after going to CES now? It's crazy to think that this is your 3rd year, my 4th year going. Time really flies by.
I know, that's scary. That scares me a little.
But how do you? I mean, you seem to enjoy it. Like you still like going.
Yeah, I like going for the people.
Yeah.
More than anything, I mean, the stuff you see there's cool.
But you're not a big tech.
No, I'm not. I'm not a
like
big
me.
tech person. I go because I'm working. I go because I'm helping you. I'm filming you. I'm doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can deal with that because the reward is, we're there with like some of our, closest friends that are also creators,
Yeah.
and so that is my favorite part. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not like wowed by CES or anything. It's just like a huge trade show. Like, I don't think people comprehend, like, we didn't even get to see everything.
Yeah.
It's just
for sure.
so big. And I will say that my feet hurt so bad. And it's not even because of walking around in Vegas or like the hotels, like that's fine. But when you hit that show floor, it's concrete with like carpet over it to make it not look like concrete, but it is straight up concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was going to wear some heels to that first event on the concrete. Pretty much ruined me for the whole week.
Yeah.
So I had to get them all massaged.
I learned even just tennis shoes that I was wearing, how important it is to wear a good pair of shoes, because I think I was wearing like some Jordans or something on the first full day of the show, and man, I was hurting after that. Like my hip, I felt like an old man. Like my damn hip was hurting. What the hell is that? Yeah, it was bad. And so then I wore a different pair of shoes the next day, and it was like night and day difference. So I might have to remember that next year.
I'm gonna remember. I ruined my feet by wearing, I mean, they were little heels. It wasn't like big. Like I am not stilettos. Okay. I'm like a little kitten, but because of the concrete, it ruined me. But Amy convinced me to get a mall massage. Okay. And I'm into massages or whatever, but like not in public. So like I walk by the mall massage places in our hometown mall, and I cringe because I like can't fathom the fact of people watching me get rubbed down. Well, Amy, my feet are hurting so bad. Amy convinces me, and I'm like, fuck it. Let's go get a mall massage. She'd already had one.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the full body one because it includes the feet. So like I wanted my shoulders and back, hurting cameras, whatever. I want my shoulders back, but I really, more than anything, wanted my feet rubbed. It's in the middle of the Venetian, like where all the shops and restaurants are, like packed with people. And I looked at the guy because they make you put your face down. So if my face was down and I couldn't see people, whatever, I don't give a shit. But I looked at the guy, and I'd already done my makeup for like that night. And I was like, I don't want to put my face down because I don't want to mess up my makeup. So basically I'm in this chair making eye contact with everybody that walked by as I'm getting rubbed down. And it was like, when you're like, it's just like kind of awkward. And then like, when you're like having kind of conversations with people, but you're just like with your eyes, like, or like watching people like look, and these ladies ended up coming talking to me, and them and their husbands like signed up, and they're like, I love this place or whatever. But my feet hurt so bad. I did not care like at all.
Yeah.
They rubbed my neck, shoulders, back, hip, legs. My favorite part was the feet. My feet long enough.
I bet it is very tiring, man. It's a tiring show. Do you feel like you've recovered yet from it? I still feel like I mean, it's been a week since we've been back, right?
No, no, the time change kicked my butt for sure. And
And
then
it's like a baby time change.
I know
really.
it is. It's a very baby time change. But no, I don't feel like I've recovered. It feels like it's been 100 miles an hour since we've been back. Again, like I have a whole nother job. So,
Yeah.
it's really been a lot, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. It feels like a whirlwind. It feels like we were just there.
Our fucking Christmas tree is still up.
Yeah, well, it's a Valentine's tree. Fuck it. That's what we're going with it.
Yeah, you mentioned that. You said, yeah, some people are doing
They
that on
are.
Instagram. I was like, all right, well, that's easy enough. I pulled up the my app and just changed the colors. So we got a Valentine's Christmas tree.
Yeah, it
The
was
hell
just
with
it was because things were not normal this year because I was so sick through
Yeah.
Christmas that normally we take our tree
Usually,
down before
like,
we go.
I think it was last year, maybe the last 2 years, I made it a point to like get that tree down and put up before we leave for Vegas.
There was no time.
Because I just hate having to come back and deal with Christmas stuff. But yeah, we just didn't have time this year, so
Yeah, and you were like pressuring me. You were like, so what about this tree? And I'm like, look, like it's our first week back.
screw it.
Screw it. It's a Valentine's tree. Change it to pink. It's candy theme. It's perfect. That's what people are literally making content and posting Valentine's trees right now. So
I should make an Instagram post.
yeah, it's a Valentine's tree. I'm not stressed now over getting this stupid tree down. We took everything else down.
Yeah.
But I miss it. I kept telling everybody there that I didn't want to leave, and I didn't, because as much as we worked, and it was like a lot, some hours, days were like 16-hour days, like on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm with you, but
Easy.
like I'm with some of the people I love most, and I could just forget about my responsibilities. And I know that might sound messed up to some people, like not like I forgot about my kids. I love my kids, but I could just be me.
Yeah.
And be with these people I love so much, and then I don't get to see them very often. I don't know. It was just so fun. I could have stayed out there. I could have stayed another week.
That's cool. Because I was talking to somebody else, and he's like, yeah, like more than a few days in Vegas is kind of too much, and I think I kind of understand that, maybe like a normal Vegas trip, but we just got to see so many people that we don't normally get to hang out with out there that it's kind of different than your typical Vegas trip, I think. So yeah, I felt the same way. It was a lot of fun. It's so much work too. I'm always trying to balance this, like, how much do I work? How much do I play? And I don't know. I don't know how well I'm doing it. I feel like each year I get a little bit better at that. Like this year I did a pretty good job at like having enough time to enjoy myself, be with friends, but then like the whole time I'm kind of like stressing out a little bit in the back of my
Internally?
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
like internally I'm thinking about like, shit, I'm not like posting the videos I should be posting. I should be working on my main video, or I should be doing this or that, and I'm not. I'm over here like hanging out with friends. So there's kind of that, but then after a couple drinks maybe with some friends, I'll kind of forget about it, but there is always that like constant balance, and then you get online, like every morning or whatever, I'd get online and do a couple things, and I'm seeing like everybody's CES videos and stuff they're posting. I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing near enough, man. I should be doing more. But then I also want to enjoy it, because I have gone out there.
Well, and we're traveling so far, like
You
it's
think?
like a 4 or 5 hour flight.
Well, I mean, I know people that came from like UK,
Spain.
London, Australia. So like when you say you travel far,
I know. For
mean,
us though, I mean, we're coming from the total
for US,
other
we travel.
coast.
Well, I also know people who literally had like a 45-minute plane ride. So yeah, I guess.
So
we're
that's
kinda
your big
right in the middle.
balance thing. Yeah, you were battling yourself.
Yeah, well, I do, but I also remember years where I felt like I had too much commitment,
That was
And
last year.
Last year was one of those, and I was stressing out about that, which really sucks when you have to like just hold yourself up in the room, edit a video or whatever because of commitments you made with like sponsors and stuff or whatever it might be. And I didn't want to do that this year, so I really just like I said no to a lot of things, and I like only worked with a few brands that I really wanted to work with, low stress commitments and stuff like that. And I don't know, probably not the best like business decision. I was thinking about that, but I got to enjoy it too. So I don't know. I think I did pretty good. It's kind of like right there in the middle. I could probably do a lot better business wise, but then I wouldn't have been able to enjoy it as much. So I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you would, as long as you weren't committing to like dedicated videos. I think you'd be
Well, I mean, that's what
fine.
I'm saying. I could have done a lot more business wise, and then but I wouldn't have been able to have fun and and I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, well, the networking part is important because you're collaborating. Like, I learned things this year just from talking to another creator and their wife. Really, two sets of them. We were just talking randomly, and then I try to like share things we do, with other
True.
creators that are coming up through YouTube or Instagram, TikTok, whatever they're on, because I feel like knowledge is power, and I feel like, again, we've talked about how there's space for everyone, and like I want everyone to be getting paid like they should be and be charging what they should be, because if one person isn't, I mean, it kind of messes up the whole group. But there is just like no handbook on like how to do this. And
Yeah.
I remember when I started really helping you, I didn't have any resources. Like, I was Googling and there was hardly anything out there. And now there is. With ChatGPT, there's a lot more now. But just sharing, like, if I can make someone's life easy or give them a tip to help them with the back end of their business to help them grow and succeed, like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then, again, there's another girl or a friend of mine that inspires me, and she inspired me last year, and then just talking and learning about her business, which is not like YouTube at all, not like content creator YouTube. It is anyway, she just inspires me, and just like listen.
Well,
so I do think that's important, and we all don't get to see each other, and like I really do love and miss everybody. It makes me kind of like, I think this week I've been it's kind of like emotional. I'm like,
almost, yeah.
It makes you almost like, and I must say this word casually, depressed. I'm not depressed, but it's kind of like, it was just such a high.
Yeah. I feel the same way. And it's crazy that, we've gotten kind of that close with so many people out there. And that is probably one of the only times a year we get to see them. But yeah, that collaborative aspect of these types of trips are probably equally as important, because you're right. I mean, I probably had a lot of conversations as well with people kind of like that, whether we're talking about business or just whatever, doing YouTube and things like that I don't normally get to have. So while I might not be sitting away hammering away at an edit, I'm still, I guess you could consider that work, or benefiting somehow work-wise.
Yeah, and now I'm sitting here thinking about what I was told and can't really remember. I've been drinking. But it was I was so inspired in the moment. I should have made a note. I might have to reach out. Y'all know who you are. I might have to reach out and be like, what did you tell me again about this and that?
Did also drink a lot during that trip. Not like I'm pretty sure but more than usual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely me. I'm pretty sure I was also, another creator was trying to like recruit me to help him with his back end. I was like, hell no. Like, I will give you all my tips and tricks. You can have it. I am not doing that shit. Like, no. Like,
you got enough stress right now.
Yeah, Shane's enough.
Yeah,
Shane is enough. One creator is enough.
And you still work full time, but maybe you could maybe you're really good at that kind of stuff. So you could probably have a business. I mean, how many people or, small quote unquote agencies have you seen start up? Like you could probably do that if you wanted to. I don't blame you. But I'm saying you probably could. There's companies and small agencies or small people who do that. They represent creators, and they find them deals. They help them with contracts, all those things. Like, you definitely have the capability to do that if you ever want to start a business.
Hell no. No, I'm not doing that. It was also cool too, like, not just sharing like tips and tricks of the back end business and rates and like dealing with the brands, and just, even like I heard people talking to you about tools they use and like giving you ideas on how to grow your audience and just things you've never thought about. And I remember you had that one opinion about evergreen videos, and then they were like, actually, nah, like my experience, and I'm looking at, the numbers and the stats, and that's really not it. And you were like, dang, really, so just all that collaboration. But also, I think one of my favorite things is like the new creators or the smaller creators that are friends. And, I think there was a few times this past CES where we connected them with brands or invited them to events with the brands that they maybe haven't met them before, or, just trying to connect so they can maybe collab and like be in the middle person there. Like, I thought that was really cool, because I'm sure that happened for you. Oh yeah, I know it did. Like when you were coming up through and your first time at CES, so that was fun. I think one of the most memorable things of the trip was our dinner on the last night we were there turned into like an experience dinner. I did not think it was going to last that long.
Oh yeah.
It was like a full course thing. Like at one point I was looking at Shane and I was like, if this is all the food we're going to eat, like we're going to have to go get a burger else. Or something. Cause like, but that's how it was like coming out. So it was like a whole experience.
Yeah.
It was at a Chinese, fancy,
authentic
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was, again, the food, I eventually was really full, but like I couldn't understand it, and it was just, and again, it was like a whole experience, but that was so fun to be with a brand that we work with on the regular, like all year, and watching them let their hair down and have a good time with a bunch of creators. That truly was so fun because it was casual. Even though the meal was an experience. First of all, it was an experience. That was cool. We brought in friends of ours to meet, to be with the brand too. And then we got to see the brand and watch them have fun, and that might have been the coolest part. It was like after hours. I think I sent him home with a tattoo of you.
Oh God, yeah.
For her to take home with her.
So explain the tattoos, the whole tattoo thing.
So Shane turned 40 in June, and I planned a trip to Charleston, South Carolina. I invited some of our friends. Some of them are creators. And I had several things made for that trip. It was a short weekend trip, hot as hell in Charleston. So there was a rooftop pool. So I got a bathing suit with his face on it. He hasn't even seen it. And then I got tattoos of his face, and it said his name. And it had
temporary
tattoos. Yeah, it had like his name and face on it. And I was going to give them out to everybody.
Not just is my name on it?
Yeah,
actually?
It says Shane, and
it's got a bunch of hearts on it.
Yeah.
Around my face.
Yeah. So I had these tattoos made. Anyway, I was so flustered because the trip in June, was a surprise. And, they're tiny. And so I had all these decorations that I had like to pack and hide from you. And, I was coordinating with the hotel who was like decorating the room. And then like people were flying in, and you just had like no idea. So anyway, I got stressed out and I left the tattoos at home.
Right.
So me and the girls have been laughing. And
so you've been planning this out for a while with other people?
Yeah. I messaged a couple of the wives.
I didn't even know that.
Well, not the dudes, but I messaged a couple of the wives, and I was like, hey, y'all don't let me forget these. And I sent them a picture of them in a little bag. So when I was packing, it was like one of the first things I grabbed or whatever. So after one of the events, me and a bunch of the wives went into the bathroom and put on our tattoos. And I actually got one guy, Jimmy gave in and did it. And we just came out of the bathroom all wearing them.
Unbeknownst to me, I had no idea what was
Shane
going on. I just thought everybody had to take a bathroom break as we were walking.
Yeah,
from,
girls all go to the bathroom together. It was perfect. So we all took a picture and embarrassed them.
Then they all came out wearing Shane tattoos with little hearts on them.
Yeah, we did a cute little pose. And
yeah, Caroline loves to embarrass me, so she likes doing shit like that. Once I got past the initial embarrassment, it was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny.
It was really funny. That's like a 40th birthday thing. Think about everything I did for your birthday and how cool that was. We were all going to have tattoo. It was just funny.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be at the pool in a bathing suit with your face on it.
Yeah. Well, now I'm afraid of what's going to happen next year.
Well, if it still fits me, so I've lost weight. But yeah, I have a whole ass bathing suit with your face on it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Then I didn't wear it this summer. I don't know why. I think I might have lost
the face bathing suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that tattoo even ended up in at least one YouTube video.
Paul Hibbert. He had loved it.
Yeah,
I even gave Paul the last sticker that I made.
Oh yeah.
Remember the stickers I made for your 100,000 party?
Yeah, there were stickers too. So she did that before with my face on them again.
That was for getting to 100K. Again, all this is out of fun and love.
It is out of fun and love, and I appreciate it. It's great, but it is embarrassing too. So like when she threw a surprise party kind of with a bunch of people here in town, when I hit 100,000 subscribers a while back, I think I was still working at the time, but had these stickers made with my face on them. And of course, that's the same thing as the tattoos. It was just like, I was like, oh God, really? And to this day, that was like 2 years ago, probably. To this day,
2 or 3,
I still see those damn stickers everywhere They're on people's coolers, refrigerators. They're in bars
They're in
around
Vegas.
town. They're in different
They're
cities.
in Best Friend in Las Vegas.
There's-
If you want to go pose with it while you're there,
Yeah.
it's on the wall.
It's an awesome restaurant.
When I made those, I put the QR code because that was kind of trending when I made those. Is creators were making stickers with their face with the QR code you scan that would take you straight to their channel. Just because it's
Okay.
like, anyway. And I tested that QR code. They had to send me samples, and it worked. Like I tested it from home. I had Mariko's phone, like making sure it worked. It did. Of course, when the damn sticker comes, it don't work. So it
Yeah.
has like a QR
I think it's
code
too
on it.
small. I think the QR code is too small. You can't even hardly tell.
Don't worry, I'll have some new sticker. I might put your arms in it this time, so then it'll get people to scan. I'll put the hashtag on your abs.
No. Please don't do that.
And I do want to apologize to like anyone I met this year that at CES, like on the show floor or in the casino, if I was like awkward, because this year actually people were talking to me specifically about the podcast.
Oh.
And I do not take compliments well. I don't know what to do or say. I get like really weird. That's a flaw.
Well, just imagine having people wearing your freaking face on their arm or stickers of your face. That's how
I would like that.
That's how
I would like that
Lord.
because that's not like, I have my boss will tell you, I have trouble taking compliments or like I don't do well talking about myself. So like when people,
that's the same. It's the same concept. So you show up to a party and there's 100 stickers of your face all over the place.
I would love that.
See, it was.
Just don't talk to me about it.
Well, yeah, but you can't help it. Everybody's like got their stickers out, and I'm just like, too much attention. It's ironic because I make videos that go in front of thousands
And you have
of
tattoos.
people. Well, yeah, but that's different. We're not like, it's not like, hey, look at me,
Tattoos kind of are like, hey, look at me.
You think
What's
so?
that mean? Oh, what's that tattoo stand for? Oh, love your tattoo. Yeah, when you told me that you didn't like attention and you were like covered in tattoos, I was like, all right.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But go on. Carry on.
Whatever. But this year, I think another one of like a favorite thing other than like the people, because that's my favorite thing, was meeting people. And some people I didn't even get their names that had seen the podcast. Like, love your show. Love y'all's show. That was really, really cool. I think we got that like from a lot of people this year. And I don't know, y'all might just be being nice. And if you are, it's fine. But
keep doing it.
It's like this is low pressure and just fun, but it was really cool to have like, again, people, I didn't even get their names. I didn't know them, never seen them before, never met them, saying that they love the show and just saying really nice things about it. So I just want to say thank you. And if I was awkward, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that I was sitting there talking to our editor about the podcast, and he was saying really nice things about it, like genuine. Like I was like, gosh, that's so nice. Thank you. Da, da, da. And he's talking to me. He's like, I edit your shorts, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
What? And he was like, yeah. He's like, Shane didn't tell you? And I said, no. And he was like, for real? And I was like, for real? He was like, well, yeah, I edit y'all shorts for the podcast. I was like, shut the hell up.
That might be my bad. Sorry.
And then I was like, okay, cool.
It's so chaotic and crazy out there in Vegas. Like we ran into him. He was with another creator, and kind of like we were literally like on our way to a media event, I think, when we ran into him. So
yeah, but like I probably looked like an asshole
because you didn't know.
No,
yeah.
And I didn't know. But he had really nice things to say about it.
Well, that's nice. Well, he has to watch it, I guess. So.
Oh, I did apologize to him. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I know we can be ratchet on there, and he was like, no. He's like, I love it. He's like, I love it. He's
you
like,
can be ratchet. I'm not that ratchet.
You are ratchet, dude. You just edit out your ratchetness, which is not fair.
I don't edit out. So I do right now. I do the editing on this podcast, which is very minimal. I try to just edit it in an hour just to make sure everything looks good. And then we have been using somebody to edit. Shout out to Robert for editing the shorts for us. So we try to get those out each week.
You made me look like a McAsshole because I didn't know who he was.
My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't. That's my bad. Again, chaotic, crazy time. I don't know. I might have just assumed you knew. I don't know. Who knows?
It was really cool. But, this year too, it's not really cool. It kind of made me feel awkward. Like that's kind of why like a public
Because
apology.
like there was a couple people that had you get in
A couple
some of the
was like
photos.
everybody but one, I
Yeah.
think. And so I'm always taking the photos when Shane like meets like a creator or a brand or like anyone that, you know, wants to take a photo, you know, of course, because you see each other once a year or whatever. And I'm always the photographer. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And they're like, no, you're in here. Wife approves in here. And it was really, you know, I'm like, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like awkward as hell. So public apology if I was like weird or awkward.
Well, it's okay.
It's
I'm
not.
still
I'm
weird
not
and
weird or
awkward
awkward
all the time.
I'm not necessarily weird and awkward with people. It's when they're talking about my work or something I'm doing,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I did discover a new drink this year, and I want one right now. That's what I'm going to try to order tonight because you know Mariko's birthday is tonight. It's a Hugo Spritz.
Okay.
My God, that drink is good.
All
I
right.
had a lot of them.
Yeah, you did have quite a few. Yeah, I drank more than usual. I didn't drink like a ton, and I don't think I got like. There was one or two nights where I was pretty drunk, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Out there.
I was giving you the hard time like you do me.
Come to think of it, I gave you a hard
You
time.
always will come sit. Literally, y'all, I've had like 2 or 3 drinks, okay? And he'll come sit next to me. He'll be like, I can tell. I see it in your eyes.
I'm not giving you a hard time. And first of all, to clarify, 2 or 3 drinks for you is literally all it takes. So
That's not true.
Yes, it is. So when you say I've only had 2 or 3 drinks, 2 or 3 drinks, you're drunk.
That is not true.
Yeah,
I
it
am not
is.
drunk on 2 or 3 drinks.
You're not. So you don't get drunk like, you know, for those that don't know and haven't seen her drinking, Caroline does not get like hammered, falling down, slurring words, not that kind of drunk. But like drunk for you, you know, you're feeling good. You're, you know, a little more
That's a
loosey-goosey,
buzz.
whatever. But that's your drunk. You don't get drunk. You don't get blackout drunk. Thank God. I'm happy about that, you know, but like that's, you know, it doesn't take much, and you don't drink a lot now. So you have a lower tolerance for alcohol. So, you know,
I
couple
love
of
that
drinks,
he knows all this
but
about
I do,
me.
I can tell, like
I get a lazy eye.
well, I can just tell it's just your eyes in general. I don't think it's a lazy eye.
I
but
do
I
get a
just,
lazy eye.
I can tell because I know you that well. I've asked other people, even like some of your best friends, like if they can tell, and they can't. But even like 1 or 2 drinks in, you just get, I can just tell because in your eyes.
Yeah, so he sits down next to me in this lounge, we're like having a good time. He sat down.
You
He's
got
like,
a buzz, don't you?
No, this is what you said. He's like, you got the look in your eye, and you were this close to me, and I was like, what? I bet I'd only had 2 drinks.
But I could tell. Yeah,
You've got the look in your eye. You know,
I could
he's
tell.
like-
I could tell before you.
He's like sitting next to me, and I'm like, leave me the hell alone. So a couple nights later, you know, he is sitting in a different chair. I'm on the couch. So he comes and sits next to me on the couch. And as soon as he got next to me, I looked at you and I was like, oh, you got the look in your eye. And you were like, no, I don't. No, I don't. And I was like, yeah, the hell you do. And then you like told me something twice.
You're like, oh yeah.
And then I was like, you just said that. And you were like, really? Shit. I guess I am drunk or something. I mean, nobody heard you, but I was like, you just said that. You know, I'm like sitting there looking at you, and I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who's got the glaze now? I do get, one eye is squintier. I do get like a little lazy eye when I drink. I probably just sold myself out, but it's...
Well, I don't think most people can tell. I just know you that well. And I can just look at you and I can tell when it's coming. I can tell when you're on your way to getting drunk before you're even drunk, I think. You know, alcohol just does something to your eyes. I can see it.
Most people. You said I look
can't.
stoned.
You do. You get like this kind of glazed,
squinty eyes.
Your eye, not even really squinty. Like, you know, when you're stoned, sometimes you're like, your eyes look kind of glossy, and that's what it looks like to me. I don't think most people can tell, but to me, you look kind of like your eyes get like real glossy, a little stonerish, you know. So
I don't think I had a night where I was like trashed or anything either the whole time.
I mean, we're not like blackout drinkers, you know. So, but come to think of it, there was 1 or 2 nights where I went to bed and I was like, okay, I'm pretty drunk.
You felt really. I think you had a hangover the first day, the next day after.
Yeah,
the first
because
night.
I think that was the day we were hanging out with Steve and then some other people.
The first night, Steve wasn't there yet.
No, not the first night. It was the day that we hung out with Steve, I think, and I think, was that the day we went and threw darts
That
and
was
stuff.
so fun.
Yeah. Cause I like when I get in my head, like if I'm like, all right, tonight's the night, fuck it. Like that. And that's when I'll usually, I get a little more drunk than normal. And I did that. I think it might have been Sunday night or no. Yeah, it had to be Sunday night when we were there because I knew the show was going to start on Tuesday. And I was like, screw it. Sunday night's my night because the next day I got all day, whatever.
I'm pretty sure you were hungover Saturday too, because that was when me, you, George, and Teresa were the first ones there. They had been there, and we went to Best Friend, and we went to bed early. But I remember we were like getting drinks at the bar. We were like stopping all the way through the casino.
I didn't really drink enough to have a solid hangover. I don't think the whole time.
No, you had one. Yeah,
I mean,
it might have been that Sunday, that Monday night.
Yeah, it was probably that one day. I mean,
think about
not like ruin your day hangover.
How many times do you think we cheersed people? Have you thought about that?
Probably a ton.
How many cheers we did?
I have not thought about it.
Oh my God, I was thinking about
but
it.
But it was cool to see so many people. Got to hang out with a lot, and you do kind of miss everybody once you're gone. Like we won't get to see.
I want us to live together. Not together in the same state. That was weird.
What I think is, and that might be part of the reason why it's so fun because you're not around these people all the time. Maybe if you're around them, and they live down the street, you might get tired of them or something. Who knows?
I think we would.
But what I think is interesting too, I want to talk about the tech some here in this, but what I think is interesting is that you enjoy going so much. This was your third year, and you talk about how much you love all these people and what a great time it is. And that kind of came out of nowhere. Like you didn't really know any of these people before you started going to CES. No, I knew a lot of them
you did.
from online. I might not have hung out with them in person maybe before I went to CES, but I went my first year of CES by myself, and I remember you were kind of like pissed about it.
Like, I was pissed because you were acting like you didn't want me to go. Like you wanted me to go and you asked me to go.
Yeah.
And then you like
like you
backtrack.
Really want to go?
Yeah.
Like,
then you started acting like you didn't want me to go, and I'm like, well, what the fuck, like why would you even ask? And then you're telling me no, and that was I hadn't flown in a while, and I think that's why I really didn't end up going because I was so scared of flying because I just had those really bad flights.
Yeah. Well, I think I asked you to go probably because I felt like I had to be totally honest.
God.
And then
what a dick.
I'm just
get his ass in the comments.
I'm just being honest with you. I felt like I probably had to. And I love that you come with me and you enjoy it now, but I honestly didn't think that would be the case. Like, especially my first CES, I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah, that is what you were saying. You're like, you're not going to like it.
I thought there was no way in hell that you were going to enjoy a big ass conference about technology of all things, So
I'm tech support at my job.
I'm also thinking about, okay. But I also think about all the, I don't think I really had a lot of commitments my first year, but I was just thinking at it from like a work, quote unquote work standpoint, and like shooting content and like, this is not fun. I will enjoy it. I will enjoy the tech, but it's also for making content. And like, I'm not going to like gamble and party in Vegas. And I was thinking like, if you're going to come, you're just going to want to do that. And you're not going to want to enjoy you're not going to enjoy the tech because you don't give a shit about tech, So I just really didn't think you would enjoy going to CES. And, obviously I was wrong because the next year you did come. And
I think you asked me to come because you needed help filming and stuff.
Yeah, well, and you said like I'll be a good sport, and you are. Like you have been a great sport every year. This year is no different. You help me out. You walk the show floor with me. You talk to people, talk to brands. You film for me and stuff. So I do appreciate
negotiate contracts in the hotel room. That's what I was doing last year. I was negotiating 2 long-term contracts
last year because it's the beginning of the year
in the hotel room while you were working on videos.
Yeah.
So I first of all want to clarify, you should not have felt like you had to fucking invite me. We go on trips without each other. I just want that to be clear. You're trying to make me look like a psycho.
No, I just didn't want you to be mad. I didn't want you to be pissed, you know? Like,
why? I go to Miami with my girlfriend. You've gone to Key West. We do things without each other. I just want that to be clear. You didn't have to invite me, but you invited me and then you took it back. And then I was pissed.
I didn't take it back.
You did. I was like, well, what the, like, you did. We're going to get into an argument. Yes,
I probably thought you were going to say no because I didn't think you thought.
Yeah, that's what the hell you get.
So I was going to invite you. You say no, and then we go about our business. Everybody's cool.
That's fucked
But then you
up.
had to be like, yeah, I'd like to go. And I'm like, fuck. You really want to go?
Such a dick, dude. Listen. That is, I'm like over here steaming. My armpits are sweating.
Well, it all worked out. I went, kind of learned the ropes a little bit, and then, you know, my first year by myself. And it was also, too, another thing is, like, my first year, it was very last minute. So I know, like, guys can relate to this most of the time. Guys, we're just very, you know, no offense to ladies, but we're just, stop steaming. Guys are very easygoing. We're easy. We're low maintenance. Like, you could put me up in a damn, you know, 10 by 10 hotel room and I'll be fine. Like,
were you fine in Berlin? You were pissed your room was small.
No, I didn't give a shit. I was literally staying.
You were bitching about that tiny room on the phone with me.
I did not care about it. The only thing I didn't care about was that I didn't like really was that it had a little tiny desk. I didn't really have a good desk actually to work. I don't give a shit about the room. Like I've you know, when I was younger, I'd go stay on the beach.
You're not young anymore.
Sleep in my car. Like, I don't care. But still, I don't care about all that stuff. I went my first year. It was really last minute. I ended up staying in a room that Eric, my buddy, had already booked. So I didn't even like book a room, and we just like shared a room, split the cost with him, you know. So it was just easy, low maintenance. When you're going, we got to stay at a nice hotel. It's got to be like,
it just can't have bed bugs, and Vegas is known for that. Roaches and bed bugs.
Okay. There's more to it than that. It's got to be a nice place, and it's, you know, it's different. It's different. Like, if I'm doing something by myself, it's very easy. It's low maintenance. And if you're going, things got to be a little bit more in tune, a little more lined up, you know? So anyways, the next year, after that first year, last minute, we planned it out. We stayed at Caesars the first year that we went. It was a good time. And it was kind of cool because my first year, there weren't really that many wives.
Why did the wives start getting invited? That's something I wanted to know.
Well,
like what happened the first year? Were you and Eric talking about it, or? Because wait, I went back again. No, yeah. So why did the wives like start getting invited?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It probably just naturally happened. I know I talked to a few people and, you know, probably was like, yeah, she's pissed that she didn't come this first year. So, you know, I mean, maybe I
wasn't pissed. God dang it. You were skewing the story. Wasn't pissed that you went and had a great time.
You were pissed that you didn't go.
I was not pissed. You went and it was fine, but I was pissed because you invited me. And then when I said sure,
and you really wanted to go,
then you were like, and I'm like, then I was pissed. I'm not mad that you went. I love that you got to go. And like, I was supportive, and I think I was helping you with shit you needed done from home. You were calling me, asking me to do things.
Okay, back to the point. I get it. You weren't pissed, whatever. You wanted to go. You wanted to go next time, whatever. So we knew that. And I mean, I probably talked to Eric. And see, that was another thing. Like, Eric told me his wife, Amy, who you love.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. You got him to pull his invite out. He
told me initially, he was like, yeah, Amy came, you know, with me years. He's been so many times, but he's kind of the one that showed me the ropes my first time. But he was like, yeah, Amy came with me a couple times, whatever, years ago, and she hated it. Like, she will not come. She hates every minute of it. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, Caroline's probably going to hate it too. So that's part of it. That's part of the reason why I thought that. But anyways, you coming, and then he convinced his wife to come. And then I think just naturally a lot of other.
Well, George, I know, brought Teresa with him too. His first time they came. We'd already been hanging out with them though. I think his
first year was your first year.
Yeah, and then it just went on from there. Did Steve come without Nikki one year, or I can't remember. We're old.
I'm trying to remember the first time I met him. I can't remember if Nikki came with him.
I mean, if you just think about the odds, me and Amy were
some of them probably saw
us
like
planning.
some of the others coming, like the first year you came and brought their wives the next year, maybe because that first year you came, there was a few other wives that joined. Like this is just really all within this little like smart home group. I think we're talking about a lot of like smart home content creators. But yeah, it's just a lot of spouses started coming, and
Wheelander's wife
cool.
is freaking awesome. She was there last year. She went there this year. She was so cool.
She didn't get to come this year.
But me and Amy were talking about this. You know, Amy was, we were wandering around some, and she was. I think when you had to work on something, no, you needed a nap, something. She did something where like I left you for a little bit. I think you had to nap. Yeah, you had to go up. And take a nap.
That was the day. Yeah, so that was the day that I drank a little bit.
So me and
much.
Amy were wandering, and she was just talking about how she, the first time she met me, and she was like, it's just, truly, you never know if all these women are going to get along or like each other, and I just think it's kind of cool and special that we do. If you really just think about that, I mean, women are bitches typically, if you're just going to be real, like most women. I'm not talking about myself. I mean, I'm not perfect, but like, most women, some women can be like that. And so I wasn't really, I guess I might have been like a little nervous just because like it's awkward meeting new people. And I think it's hard and awkward to make new friends when you're older. But the fact that we all click, we're from like all different walks of life. We have different beliefs. Mm-hmm. We have different probably religions. I don't even know. And then we all like just click and get along and love and respect each other. I think that's pretty damn cool. That's hard to come across in our regular everyday life at home, hell, with family and people you've known forever. Yeah. That's just so rare. And for us all to be strangers and then the men like each other, right? Because that's why we connected. But then for the women to like each other.
Yeah, that is nice when both the guys and the ladies all get along.
I would always be nice, but I mean, I truly enjoy these women.
I know. I say it all the time. Like there's, we meet a lot of people, a ton of people out at CES and stuff. And a lot of people, I would consider friends and stuff like that, or good associates, whatever you want to call it maybe. But certain people that you meet, whether it's home, CES or whatever, certain people you meet, you just kind of click with a little different, like I said that when I went to IFA about Paul, remember? Yeah. I said that. I was like, when I met him, it's like, he's cool. Like to me, I always think like that's somebody I could hang out with and drink a beer with back at home.
I was thinking me and him were going to get in trouble together at CES, but we didn't.
Yeah, but Paul. Like he came back and, but yeah, him, and there's so many examples like that with CES too. Again, I meet a ton of people in the industry and stuff, but some people are just like, that's somebody that I'd hang out with at home, just cool, Friday night, drink some beers or whatever, my kind of people or whatever.
Yeah, but how crazy is it?
And his buddy Tim.
Oh my God, everybody loved him.
I fucking loved him.
Yeah, but all the women, I swear to gosh, every wife was like, I fucking loved Tim.
I told Paul afterwards, I said, I fucking love Tim. You got to bring him every time. He's so cool.
Yeah. But Paul, if you're listening, all the ladies and Tim said that to the wives. They're like, that's God, funny. I just love him so much.
He was hilarious. Good times. So I want to talk about the tech. We've gone on for an hour now.
Well, there ain't much to say about the tech. This year, I would say, I think, I'm going to be negative. It's fine. But it is just the same old shit.
So I wonder, I talked with somebody, another creator I saw in the airport about this on the way home. And I wonder if it's just because you've been a bunch of times, or if you're kind of starting to get a little it's a little diluted.
Well, but it wasn't just us. It was every creator we ran into on that show floor. We're all saying the same thing.
So I wonder if we should reach out to some of the ones that went for the first time this year.
Like Patrick.
Patrick and
Edgar.
There was a few of them that it was their first CES, and I wonder how they felt about it. I think the first year you're just like so overwhelmed because it's insane. I mean, it's just so big, so much stuff. But from a tech standpoint, I wonder if it's. I do think, the first time you go and you're seeing like all these robots and I mean, it's just crazy stuff. But then 4 years into it, this was my 4th year. It's like you're looking for something different, something new. And it's like, I mean, it's still insane to think that these robots and just all this crazy stuff. But
You know,
it
it's
is kind of
very
like
clear the
old.
direction it's going. It's robots. That's what's coming, AI and robots, and it's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. There were some very realistic ones at Unveiled. That one that was like dancing, and it had fingers, and it was fast. It wasn't really slow. It was like for real. Like there was two of them. There was like a big one that was like taller than me, and then there was like a smaller one. Like that's where it's going, and it's a little frightening, I'm not gonna lie. But I think like, I think law enforcement and, feds and what they're already using drones and the robots to go in houses. So it's like already here, but it's like coming to a consumer soon maybe or to businesses. And I don't know, it's just scary as hell. I'm not gonna lie. But, it's like, show of the vacuums, what vacuum can do what. There was like a vacuum that they had on a drone. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's not functional. My dog would snatch it out the sky. It would dent up your walls. Well, there's no need for that.
That's why I think, like, being my 4th year, like, I'm so tired of robot vacuums, It's like so many robot vacuums. And this year, it was robot mowers. Every one of these brands pretty much is making robot lawn mowers now, and they were everywhere. Well, and it's kind of like the same as the robot vacuums. I mean, I love a good robot vacuum. Don't get me wrong. I love them. Love the technology.
And a mower.
But
we love both of them.
They're just kind of getting crazy and like, the robot mowers too. But it's like, how many robot lawnmowers can you look at before it gets kind of boring?
I'm sorry I'm interrupting you. Did you see one thing we saw the sex doll? There was a sex doll there or whatever. But remember the ones you saw at IFA that were like eerily realistic? Did you see that company there? Or is it the same company that we saw, Love Sense or whatever?
I don't know if that was the same one or not.
But those weren't advertised as sex dolls, but that's clearly what they were.
Yeah,
the ones
the
at
one
IFA.
at IFA wasn't.
That was eerie. I was expecting to kind of see more of the real life robot stuff, and I didn't. Other than that stupid Love Sense booth.
I don't know.
But robots and AI is where it's going. Clearly,
and I try not to get a little cynical too, but it's hard sometimes because again, I've only gone 4 years, but I mean that's 4 years of going. And I've started to learn some of these companies, they just do the craziest stuff. I mean, I even mentioned it in my CES video, like that robot vacuum. It basically, it drives itself into a drone, big drone. So the drone can fly the robot vacuum to another floor. And that's not the most ridiculous thing.
It's to get people to come
I've ever heard. Yeah. So a lot of these brands will just, whatever they're making, not just vacuums, but anything, they just come up sometimes, especially the bigger ones, probably with like money and stuff. They come up with these just crazy outlandish ideas that don't make any damn sense. It's not practical at all. It'll never come to market. Like, something like that. I mean, you could buy 3 robot vacuums. Yeah,
but it gets you to the booth.
It does. It does.
I mean,
and that's why they do it, but again,
they were curling hair at a booth with the, what was it? Dreamies hair
Well, that
wand.
seems a whole lot more practical.
It is.
Than
and I wanted to get my hair done one day. I came with straight hair so they could curl my hair because she tried to. My hair was already curled. It brings people to the booth. I get it. It's basically just brand awareness. And so they're trying to see who can put on the best show at the show. And so,
I guess, but just don't market it as like something like, hey, this is what we're working on.
One thing I really wanted
it's never coming.
One thing I really wanted to try was the music candy. And the line was so long at Unveiled or wherever it was because it was like a lollipop and you put it in your mouth and then you hear music, taste music. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up.
I don't understand how that works.
Nikki tried it. She can comment. Nikki, what did you hear? But yeah, it was like the lollipop and then you tasted or heard music in your head.
I don't know how you can taste music.
I don't know. I wanted to try that, because it's just something like you say, you're just looking for the wildest stuff. Yeah. There was one booth that everybody was talking about, got everybody laughing, the same, usually any of the sex booths, people are like, it's hilarious because it's just so damn awkward. Yeah. And then you've got like news stations like covering it because, it is like crazy technology, but it's weird.
It's been covered so much. Like I've seen it on so many different videos.
It is funny. I mean, that was like the topic. Like we were all geeking and like laughing, about some of the creators that got one, the type of content they're, it was funny. It just gives us all something to laugh about. I don't think I'll get tired. I think it's I'm grateful to get to go. And honestly, like, this is going to sound so mushy, but I could go anywhere with you and like be happy.
Oh.
Unless it was a roach motel.
See?
Just it
Back
can't
to
have
my
bed
point.
bugs. Like, it doesn't have to be like I can stay at a damn, Hampton Inn, Holiday
Hotel
Inn.
5.
It's
What
fine.
is it? Motel 6?
No, Motel 6s are torn down, babe. That's
Yeah,
like
I could
showing
stay
our
at a
age.
Motel 6.
No, the hell you couldn't.
I
You be
would.
texting me.
I would if I had to. Yeah, if it was just me, I couldn't with you.
No, you couldn't. That's right. Nope. It don't have. Listen, it don't have to be. I stayed my first time in Vegas at Bally's. It was the cheapest hotel probably on the Strip. It was actually connected to Paris. It was disgusting. It was fine. It was cheap. It was like $30 a night, or it was
fine?
free. It was fine.
So
I shared a room with 2 friends. It was fine.
So we're gonna book that for next year's CES.
It's gone, baby. It's
Say-
torn down.
It's torn down.
My nose was bleeding in that hotel. First time to Vegas. I guess because the hotel was so old, the ventilation system was so bad. As soon as I walked in, and the whole trip, I don't have nosebleeds, but I was having full ass nosebleeds, like pouring down my face the whole time I was there because of all the cigarette smoke.
Damn.
We didn't win any money. Shane did, and then we lost it all. Like, that's how it works. I think you end up being up like $1.50.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
150, and then we just lose it.
I don't gamble much.
She only put 20 or in, or no,
Yeah,
one night you did put 60.
I think I might have spent like $60 or something
That
on
sucks.
gambling.
My dad wins every year, and I try to get his advice, and it just never works. So
Yeah.
you always win, and that really pisses me off. Like, you win every last year. You were the one that won the most money.
I don't win. I don't gamble a lot, so it's probably easy.
No, I don't enjoy gambling. It's very hard for me to stick my money in a machine and watch it go bye-bye. But it is exciting when you put a 20 in there and you make $150, and then we're both like, cash out. And then we save it until the last night, and we don't feel like cashing it out, and then we just go blow it. Stupid. But again.
All right. Well, we have been going on for quite a while, so we are
Welcome
back.
back
Welcome
to
back.
rambling.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I think next week we'll have some questions, and we're going to start doing some topics each week. So tune in, let us know what you want to hear. Give us your questions about life, kids, marriage, family, tech.
Hot takes, rants and raves.
Hot takes. Yep.
We want it all.
We're excited to be back after a short little break again. We're going to change up probably some camera angles and stuff if you're watching video
Thank
versions.
God. This is the worst camera angle of me. Ready. I want like a good one.
Okay.
I don't know
you
what
gotta help
it
me
is.
set it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.